Okay, welcome back. I'm sorry, the last one, Java Math, also got cut off. Again, it's kind of hard to try to cover every little thing about Java Math and stuff. I'm sure I left some stuff out, and you'll get that in class. And again, if you have any questions, see me in class. Okay. And again, we talked about incrementing. Decrementing is the same way. You subtract 1, or you could, that's a post decrement. Pre-decrement is minus minus. And again, you really don't want to be using minus minus plus plus in math formulas. Basically, you use them inside of loops as counters, where you increase by 1 each time you go through a loop or something like that, or you decrease by 1. Okay, let's get to the next topic so I don't run out of time on this, and it's called the math class. Now, the math class is automatically imported by java.lang. Okay, remember, java.lang is automatically imported, and that's where we will find the math class. And let's take a look at the math class real fast. Here are all our methods. And again, we're not going to cover every single method because I'll be here all day. We're going to talk about abs. Notice there's an abs int and an abs double. That stands for absolute value. And remember, absolute value always returns a positive value. We talk about power. POW. And it's basically raising one number to another number, and it takes in a double and returns a double. Okay. We also talk about math.random, returns a value between 0 and 1, but not including 1. It does include 0, but does not include 1. So it's a decimal number. And we talk about square root double, okay, where it's taking a square root of a value. The value inside the parentheses are called parameters, and that's what we pass in our values inside the parentheses. And the method takes that value and converts it to whatever operation you want it to do, whether it's abs, power, or square root. Okay. Notice random doesn't take any values in, and it just returns 0 to 1. Okay, not including 1. Okay, so those are the ones which go over. Let's get back to our program here, and again, with the math class, these are called static methods. And if you remember, to use the scanner class, I had to create an object of the scanner class to use its methods. Well, not so with the math class. I could directly call the method. Notice math is a class because it's capitalized, and I could do something like this. Let's go int ants equals math dot, let's go square $81, and let's go ahead and go system dot out dot print line int ants. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this real fast. Hopefully I didn't make any errors. I'm trying to do it all fit, and I did make an error. And oops, hit the wrong button. Oh, okay, I put it inside of an integer. Let's go DBL, because it returns a double. My mistake. Okay, again, since I return it into an integer, it's saying, hey, it's returning a double. The decimal portion will be chopped off, causing the loss of precision error. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that again. Process complete. Great. I get 9.0. Just remember, a square root returns a double, so you should have it in a double answer. Okay, and that's just to show you data types does matter in Java. Okay, if I was using POW, P-O-W again, I would just go ahead and use the math class .power. I don't have to use the object. Okay, these are called static methods because we just call them methods directly from the class. Scanner class is non-static. That means we have to create an object to use its methods, where we go console.the method. Okay, you'll learn more about that when we get into classes. Okay, but let's say we had 2 raised to the 4th power. Okay, and we can go ahead and run this, and so, sure enough, 2 to the 4th power is 16. Okay, and again, the next one is abs And let's say we had -9. And if I go ahead and run this, 9, it stands for absolute value, and I should just get +9, which I get. So, okay, and again, let's do random. Remember, random took in no arguments, and I should get a value. Run it. Okay, that is the value I got. Okay, that's random. 9.91136. Run it again. This time I got 0.76. I'm just getting random decimal numbers. Okay, and for those who came from Visual Basic, if you remember our formula, high minus low plus 1 times our random number plus our low value. And that's how we could generate numbers between a range of numbers. You take the high number in your range, subtract it from your low number, plus 1 times our random number. So this would actually be math.random, parentheses. And I goofed up because I made it capital R and it should be lowercase r. Okay. And so let's say I'm trying to draw numbers between 10 and 5. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, we didn't learn about typecasting yet. We could typecast this as an integer if we only want integers. Okay, right now I'll put numbers between 10 and 5, and it could be something like 6.6, 6.7, so it could be a decimal. Okay, so that covers the math class. Again, there are a lot of math classes for tangent, cosine, AP only cares about square root, power, random, and abs. Okay, these other ones we don't work with. Okay, next I want to get into typecasting. Okay, and typecasting is no different than in Visual Basic, and then for those who came from Android, you're pretty familiar with this. Typecasting, again, we temporarily convert a value. All we had to do is put the data type in front of the D, and the D is converted to an integer just for this point in time used in this multiplication, and then D goes back, after we leave this line of code, back to being whatever it was, most likely a double, which it is up above. Okay. Here are some examples. Here we typecast y to an integer, and we take it times 2. Okay, and by taking this time 2, this y is an integer just for this point in time. When we leave this line to go to the next line, y goes back to being most likely a double. Okay, here we convert both of these to a double, a and b. So most likely a and b are integers. This is now a double, and we can go get real division. So let's practice this with our code. Let's say DBL ANS equals 3 divided by 4. And if you remember, we did not get the value we thought we would get because of integer division. So, if I could just type, I'll be alright. Okay, and again, I'll get nice, neat, and spacey. Let's run this, and I should get 0. Okay, and I do. I get 0.0. We have an integer divided by integer gives us an integer. So let's say, again, I could change this to 3.0 or 4.0, no problem. Or I could just typecast this. Okay, and what this does is say, hey, convert 3 to a double temporarily, and then go ahead and divide this. Now let's run this. So 3 gets converted to a double, then 4 gets converted to a double by the computer. So this is called explicit conversion because you're creating this to become a double. And this is called implicit because the computer says, hey, I can't do a double divided by an integer, I got to promote 4 up. So the computer does this one, which is implicit. You do this one, which is explicit. This is called typecasting. We're changing 3 at this point in time to a double. Once we leave this line, 3 goes back to being 3. Okay, now be careful because what would you think if I put parentheses around this? Okay, now I'm typecasting 3 divided by 4, and I'm expecting 0.75, and no, I did not get 0.75, okay, because what happens is 3 divided by 4 is 0, and the double of 0 is 0.0, okay, so be careful when you're typecasting, especially with fractions, okay. This is where we usually typecast something. We also typecast if we're doing that high minus low. Okay, so maybe we are doing integers, and I'm rolling 2 dice. Okay, so maybe I want to typecast 12. The low number will be 1, or 2 actually, or plus 1 times math dot random plus our low number, which is 2. Okay, so I'm going to put that all inside of parentheses. So I want to represent a roll of a die. Okay, and remember, I can't roll a 6.6 on a die. If I can, then they are loaded dice. Here I got a 6. Okay, and again, if I put this inside of an integer location, which I can because it's returning an int. Okay, I roll the dice again, and I get 6. Okay, roll the dice again, I get 3. Okay, so I'm getting values between 12 and 2. 12 being my high, that's rolling 2 6s, and rolling 2 1s gives me my 2. So 12 and 2, 12 being high, 2 being low. High minus low plus 1 times math.random plus low. Okay, so just remember that formula. We got that formula from Visual Basic. We also used it for Android apps, and again we're using it again here in AP. Okay, so this is when you're doing a range of number, and this will draw numbers between 12 and 2. Okay, so again, you need to write this formula down, get used to it, because you'll be using it quite a bit to draw random numbers. That includes typecasting. That also includes the math class. I actually get to finish early this time. Hopefully you enjoyed this section. I might have left some stuff out. I'll be covering in class. Again, you should be reading through your handouts I gave you, the book handouts, do your worksheets. If you have any questions, just email me or see me in class. If it's during the school year, see me in class. If it's during the summertime, go ahead and email me. Don't check my email all the time. Sometimes I'll be traveling, but I do check it on occasion. And hopefully I can shoot you an email. If not, get a hold of a classmate, somebody who already had Android or knows what they're doing, and they could probably work with you. Have a nice day. Enjoy programming, and see you later.